What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Lost and Talks podcast, the most lit podcast. Today we got two special guests with us.
Yes.
Please introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? I go by Fatty Soprano, filmmaker, director, a little bit of both.
Yep.
And
yeah, man, my name's Shutterr. My real name's Sean Vasquez, but I go by Shutterr because there's a lot of Sean Vasquez out there.
Yeah.
But I'm also a film director and cinematographer, director of photography, producer. So we're a director duo, and we basically work together on everything as much as possible. So,
Sick.
yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, welcome to Lost and Talks podcast, guys. We appreciate you for hopping
for
on
having us.
today.
thank you for having us. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
it.
We as you know, we've been kind of engaging with you guys a little bit with some of your work and whatnot. So we just decided, why not reach out and get to hear your story a little bit and what you guys are doing in the city and even outside of the city, and kind of what our podcast is for other creatives to listen to so that they can, find a bit of inspiration or motivation to, just get out there and do what they have to do to create and make content and stuff like that. So again, thank you for coming on today.
Really appreciate it, guys. So let's get started with a little bit of like your background. Like, how'd you guys get into shooting, or were you always shooting, or did you do something else before?
Sure.
I don't know. Anyone?
Yeah, either or.
I know
that's the hard part. Whoever wants to answer, go for it.
Yeah, and then you can bounce off each other.
For sure. Initially, I actually wanted to be a recording artist. Like I was doing a bit of hip hop, a little bit of rap.
Cool.
But my true passion, I guess, was film, and it took me like a few years to really discover it. I started really I got into the filmmaking process in 2014. I'm still fairly new at this, like about 6 years in. Mm-hmm. And I mean, as much as I love music, I mean, I love scores. I love, pretty much like hip hop, R&B, pop rock, and all that stuff. Filmmaking is just, I don't know, it's just that's my number one passion, I would say.
Cool. Yeah, likewise. And we ended up meeting together through a corporate gig. And we just hit it off. We're both very passionate about film, and we have like a lot of our idols and mentors that we both have in common. Mm-hmm. And we said, hey man, let's just put our two minds together and see what we can do with it. And it also alleviates a lot of work, the workload, and especially when you have a lot of pieces moving on set, it's always good to have a partner in crime to help out, So
right.
It's been about 4 years now, 4 or 5 years that we've been working together. I think it's probably one of the better things that's happened to me in my life. I know I've had I come from humble beginnings and a tough life. So to finally put all my energy into something that I'm really passionate about, especially with someone that's very like-minded. Even though we're two polar opposites as people, we really mesh well together, and so the rest is history, and history is continuing to write itself.
Nice.
So this is where we are right now, and we're just on the grind.
Awesome.
When you guys collaborate, like how does it work? Are you two both directing, or does one of you shoot and the other directs, or?
Yeah, it really depends. I mean, we really feed off each other. So if I feel like he's taking the lead on something, I let him do it, or vice versa. And in between takes, we always say like, hey, I think we can improve in this area. So it's like we really work together. And sometimes, when one of us has an idea or is really determined with a specific way we want to shoot this, so either or takes the lead. So, but mainly I got to give... tip my hat off to Fatty. He's the genius out of all of this. I'm just riding his coattails. So.
You're the genius, bro. You're the genius. I'm just.
No, he's definitely well versed technically with cameras and stuff, and especially with editing. And I learn a lot. I learn every day. Every time I'm on set, we learn something new. Mm-hmm. And he's been teaching me. He's I'd say he's my mentor. So. I'm very humbled that he took me under his wing, and it's just it's like I said, it's just the beginning. So
So one of you is more creative and the other is more technical. Is it like that kind of dynamic?
No,
or-
not really. I think we're both creative.
Okay.
He's just really on the technical side, like
Okay, I
on
see.
how cameras work and stuff. So
Right.
every time I have any technical questions or
Right.
my camera is not working, and like he knows everything like the back of his hand. He's very knowledgeable. So
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Now, I think we're pretty much like every time we write a treatment or we write a screenplay, we kind of like bounce ideas off each other and kind of like fight until we get somewhere like where we find a common ground, and then boom, we push it to the project, to the artist, to the label, to the management, all the good stuff. So yeah.
Is it music videos you guys mainly do, or is it more like you do films too?
yeah, I mean, I guess most of our work has been music videos, but we're slowly transitioning into more film and more narrative-based projects, documentaries. That's really where our passion lies. You know, I'm not saying we'll stop doing music videos. We'll always do it because we have a crazy passion for music,
Right.
and we like to tell stories with really, really good music behind it. So, yeah, I mean, but I think our future lies more into narrative film-based feature films, short films, documentaries. So
that's like the long game. You're planning on doing films.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we'll never let go of like the music
Yeah.
video business because with more notoriety, more opportunity, bigger artists. So we're hoping we can eventually get to that place where it'll be a good problem to have. Like,
for sure.
Which project do we need to let go so we can get this done?
Yeah. So I saw you guys were you guys recently just shot a short film, correct?
Yes, that's right.
So yeah, what was that the first short film you guys have shot together as a duo, or have you guys worked on some before that as well?
Yeah, this is the first narrative one.
Okay,
first one that has an actor with a evolving story.
Okay. Can you guys tell us a little bit about that project? Because I saw some of the clips and some of the stuff you guys have been putting out to the public recently, and I'm liking the vibe. Like, it kind of reminds me of some Quentin Tarantino type of stuff. It has a nice look to it. So, are you guys able to tell us a little bit about that project and how that is going? I think you guys are in the editing process, right?
Oh, I really appreciate it. I actually dropped today.
Sick!
It's on YouTube. And we're having a few little issues with Vimeo. The link should be back up in the next few hours, hopefully. But yeah, little technical difficulties.
Okay.
It's actually about it's about like an amateur musician who becomes obsessed with his craft, with that perfect sound, and this obsession turns into madness and has a cool little twist towards the end. So.
Nice.
We kind of connected with this really talented kid named Aiden Grossman. He's actually a drummer, musician. He also he's an aspiring actor.
Mm-hmm.
And Fatty kind of like created this story based around who he is. And what's cool is to see how we created something actually I find really, really cool, and I think will push the boundaries of short films and creativity, because it's really unorthodox if we compare it to other type of short films out there. It doesn't follow the conventional flow of filming, and I find Aiden really brought his A game, and Fatty edited it in a way that I think will make us stand out. We've been accepted to a few film festivals already. It's just the beginning.
Nice. Yeah.
We've been featured on some blogs, some really big short film blogs.
Nice.
Now, that's something that we're really proud of as well. And we're going to campaign this until we're going to campaign it for a full year, because short film festivals are like kind of spread out throughout the year.
Yeah.
12 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure.
You guys shoot it this year?
Yeah, we shot it actually.
Last month.
Yeah, last month.
Yeah.
How was that with the whole COVID thing? Was it a completely different process, or?
It was. Yeah, it was a bit complicated, but we were only 3 people on set. We try to keep it really small. It was just me, Fatty, and the actor.
Okay.
It's a really, really indie style. So I mean, we had to make do. We needed to stay creative in these tough times. And I think for a while, me and him were going kind of stir crazy inside our houses, not being able to film or to work. So Fatty decided, you know what, I'm just going to start writing.
Yeah. No,
So,
that's good to do.
Pretty
That makes
much,
complete
pretty
sense, man.
much,
You
yeah.
know, like why sit around and not do anything, right? You
exactly.
might as
Yeah.
well
That's
make something out of nothing, right?
Yeah, like what we were doing during like the quarantine, since it was pretty hard to get more like get clients, we were just doing more YouTube stuff, like stuff we can produce ourselves for our channel, right? So we
Yeah.
kind of focused on that
Yeah, we've
for
hopped
the
on.
last few months.
We're doing some reactions, and then we have some
Yeah.
tutorials that we do as well. We just did a movie reaction to Hereditary today, which is pretty lit.
Oh
oh,
wow,
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a
fantastic.
good movie.
yeah, man, great movie.
The first act is just killing me. Like, wow,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
great film.
so depressing.
Yeah, it's
Like, and disturbing closer to the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I find that they really did a good job with that. It's completely different from a lot of other movies I find, and
Yeah.
the actors brought it. They
Yeah.
really killed it.
Yeah, the acting was
Absolutely.
really good.
and yeah, the director Ari Aster,
Yeah.
really really talented. I love his second project too, Midsummer. I don't know if you
yeah.
guys-
Midsommar, yeah.
We've seen
very,
Midsummer.
very, very
Yeah,
cult,
we
cult like.
That
Yeah,
one
yeah.
is beautiful to me. Like I really love that project just because of the colors and
Yeah.
just the camera movement and
Yeah.
just the score and how creepy it is, and it just gives you the chills just listening to
Yeah,
some of the music.
without a good score, I find a lot of these films are lacking in that extra oomph. You know, that little it kind of
Yeah.
changes everything. So
Yeah.
that's why we really rely heavily on like well, Fatty
Music.
does anyways, music and sound effects and trying
Yeah.
to make it as real as possible. I think being able to incorporate both soundtrack, score, and cinematic scenes, it's really important. It kind of gives the viewer a good feeling of the environment that we're filming in. So it's definitely something that we find is lacking in a lot of the film industry. Not a lot of the film industry, more of the indie films.
I get you. Yeah,
Like at our level that we're currently in.
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, sound is definitely like underestimated when
For sure.
yeah, for smaller budget stuff. Like definitely want to invest more into like sound design and just better quality like on location sound. Because yeah, no, if the visuals are great but it sounds like crap, then
It's
it's unwatchable.
pointless.
It's unwatchable.
Yeah, it's
right?
pointless.
So and
you
as,
need to bring
yeah.
it in every aspect. It's
Yeah.
because I think film has evolved and also the viewer has evolved since we have tablets and laptops and phones. Everything it's really readily accessible for anybody at this point. So everyone is an actual critic in their own way, and I feel like they're able to catch those things that are just off really quickly. Even kids these days, like I show sometimes some of my projects to like my little brothers and stuff, and like they can catch certain things like, oh, there's something, I see what you did here. That's really cool. So I feel like we need to bring it in every aspect. So there's a lot of pressure and, we learn from mistakes and other people's mistakes as well.
Yeah, I feel like the standard for video has gone up like crazy over the last decade when you think about it. Because it's like even like YouTube, like starting on YouTube in 2007, like the videos look terrible.
Yeah.
The audio was terrible, but no one cared. Now when your audio is like kind of like slightly off, people are like, yo, your audio's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, we got a comment.
You know what I mean?
We got a comment on one of our videos because, and we knew our audio was bad. We were having audio issues, and we decided, you know what, let's just put out the video anyways. And literally, we got a comment. Someone's like, "Yo, the audio is kind of trash." And we're like, "Shit." We're like, "Thanks for the feedback. We know, it was garbage."
We need that feedback, We need
Yeah.
that. It's like
Yeah.
it's very important because if no one says anything, then you're kind of stuck. Like, okay, well, I guess I'm doing everything right, but
Exactly. So just to learn a little bit more just about you guys individually as well. Are you guys both from Toronto originally, outside of Toronto, elsewhere? How did that start?
So I was born and raised in Montreal.
Okay.
I do a lot of back and forth to Toronto. I'm actually moving permanently to Toronto. I was supposed to do it this summer, but COVID kind of screwed everything up and delayed me for next spring, maybe even January, February. So I'll be in Toronto full time as of next year. But hey, man, I've invested a lot of money and time and just to make sure that I'm at the projects, either airplane fare, hotel stay, gas,
Awesome, man.
sleeping in my car.
Sick.
Like I'm there for the work and I'm from Montreal and Fatty?
Yeah, I was actually born in Russia. Moved here when I was 9 years old. Actually, sorry, to Montreal originally. And then, well, yeah, I grew up in Montreal. Like that's how I met Shutterr, and moved out here like about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And that's the story.
All right. Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
So we're relatively new, but we're not too new. You know, we've been in
Yeah.
the Toronto scene for a while. We're trying to break that barrier in Toronto as well. So
Sick.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sick. How was I gonna say this? So for Toronto, let's talk about Toronto now.
Sure.
How do you guys feel about what's going on in like the art community or, you know, the scene, if you will? So when it comes to film or music videos or even music, how do you guys feel about what's going on in the city right now?
There's a crazy amount of talent, like so many talented filmmakers in Toronto. It's a beautiful thing. As far as like kind of like I guess the budgets, right? I mean that's what people want to know. It's like a little bit divided because you know, like we have like our grant system and so on, but it's a little bit tricky because we notice, right? I mean, most of the folks that get the grants are already on the label. Now, you know, it's a little bit tougher for independent artists, and technically labels should kind of like dish out the cash in order to fund their artists, but you still see the factor tag and a little RBC
still need the same names,
and all
you
that
know.
stuff.
And we kind of realized that a lot of the people on the panel either work for like production companies or like PRs for labels, and so it's like I would kind of see that the money is going like in the same circle, and it's tough to break. I mean, we've worked for agencies, we've worked on some big budgets. It's very cutthroat. You know, agencies kind of treat directors as I'm not going to say they treat us badly. They treat us really good. Obviously, the opportunity is there, but like the way the payouts are done and the amount of work that's needed for us on our end, it's a lot. But we do it mainly for opportunity. I think a lot of people do it for opportunity, and it's just something that we'll have to deal with and to work past and keep on creating and just never giving up. And I think, you know what, we'll work like, there's that saying where you'll work 10 years to get that one opportunity that can change your life. So we just will never give up. And to answer your other question, the creatives in Toronto, I mean, I've never seen such a vibrant city with so many multifaceted, talented people in every different aspect. Music scene is booming. Crazy talented artists that have almost no recognition. And it's crazy because sometimes you listen to their songs and like if this was on the radio, it would be a #1 platinum hit, you know. So I feel like there should be a bit more exposure, and not just for musical artists, but I think for directors as well. I think directors get it's really a tough job because some musical artists don't really know the type of work that goes into shooting a music video, and not just showing up and filming that day, but producing it and setting it up and making sure everybody's ready and all the venues are booked. Looking for stylists, makeup artists. You know, it's a lot of work, and that's just the first part. The hardest part is the editing and the coloring and making sure that the customer is happy, right? So it's a very tough industry, and only the tough survive. And we've been here for 5-6 years, and I don't think we're gonna go anywhere anytime soon. It's just a grind, man. It's like any other business. It's just you really gotta take the nose and keep on grinding.
Amen to that.
Facts, man. Facts. Do you want to say?
What was I gonna say? No, I forgot what I was gonna say actually.
So basically, I was just gonna ask you then. So when it comes to the artists as well, do you feel like it is important then for them to kind of understand what's going on in the back end, or is that too much for us as directors to be asking?
I think communication is definitely key. So like I would definitely like breaking things down for artists, just so we're all on the same page. Like you know what I mean? Like this is what we're gonna do. This is how long it might take. This is what it's gonna look like, right? So
setting expectations is definitely part of any customer service, right? We're offering a service, so customer service is definitely something that's important. But I also feel like we take the time to understand what a musical artist has to go through in terms of paying for studio time, writing the lyrics, paying for a beat, paying for promo, paying for music video. So we know there's a lot of money that goes into let's say one song, so that we can see the final product and for people to see it. So I feel like it would be good if musical artists would understand what we have to go through as well to get to that final product. But you know what? That's just the way the business is. We don't really take things too personal. We just roll with the punches and like I said, just grind it out.
Keep it moving, basically.
Keep it moving. Don't stop shooting.
Keep it moving, man.
Until that big opportunity comes, for sure.
So let's get to not the nitty gritty, but let's hear about not so great experiences that you have had. So yeah, what kind of experiences are bad or even good, if you want to talk about them too? But we like to hear both sides. Have you had with clients or other artists, say you're shooting music video, or anybody even in the industry so far? Like, let's talk about some of those tougher days as well.
Oh, for sure.
So how about we do like this? So Fatty, you do one good and one bad, and then I'll do one good and one bad, and we'll see if our stories line up.
Okay, sick.
Okay.
Fair enough. Should I start with the bad one? I'll start with the bad one. Sure. So we're supposed to shoot. Actually,
don't name any names.
With no names, of course.
Yeah. Unless you're a savage,
unless you don't care, but
No, I know. It's just we don't like to. We're
of
not
course,
those types of guys.
We're
step on any toes, all right? But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, so we were planning a music video for a hip hop artist, and we wanted to film it in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Mm-hmm. So everything was planned out except for one little detail, because the artist had to fly to Fort Lauderdale about a week before us or so, which is fine. It's totally normal. I mean, he handles his business and so on. And so everything went well. Like, they sent us all the information.
I remember this.
I remember that. Okay. They sent us all the information, all the tickets and all the good stuff. So we show up to the airport. The flight was at 5 a.m. So
so we're there at 3. And so we hadn't slept, basically. We were just super exhausted, tired. Anyway,
pretty much. And we have a bunch of gear. We have a bunch of lenses, cameras, lighting, all sorts of cool, big, funky stuff. And so we try to scan our passports, and I don't know, something's not working. And we're pretty much ready to board the flight, and we had to ask a clerk, hey, what's going on? We can't seem to get on the plane. So it's taking a bit of time. She's verifying everything with the airline. It's you guys don't have any, plane ticket. I'm like, oh, really? How come? I have a confirmation via email. I was like, yeah, the payment was bounced back.
Oh man.
So we kind of sent them. They weren't answering their phone because it's 2 a.m. or whatever. And we said, listen, you guys didn't pay the tickets, so we're going back home. We're not going to stay at the airport, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they called us back saying that you're unprofessional, you don't know how to do work. And we're like, look, we followed every direction you gave us. We showed up to the airport at the time you said to be there. We showed our passports, and they said your payment got bounced. So we're not the ones unprofessional. That's on you.
Exactly.
And we never worked with that person ever.
Yeah, exactly.
They tried. Their management hit us up oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to do that. It's just a mistake, right? We're like.
Yeah, if they didn't respond like that, it would have been okay. Maybe they sorted out and you guys fly out. Mm-hmm. But
we confirmed several times.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's ready?
And then the management tries to do the the aggressive negotiations. I'm like, hey.
Yep.
I'm like, there's only so much we could do to help you guys out, right? I mean, look, we tried. We got to the airport. We couldn't get on the flight. That's it. That's all. I mean,
exactly.
We did our best, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then we kind of saw some pictures of where we were gonna stay, and they were like, thank the Lord.
Not great.
That was the film god saying, look, we're trying to give you a break here.
We're gonna protect you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's hilarious. So let's hear a good one then, Fatty.
Oh, let's hear a good one. Another story about
this one you can name names.
Yeah, for sure. We'll go with Miami. one of the coolest experiences. We had the chance to work with Creisha Turner.
Oh, cool.
And it was a song. It was an artist named Kake O'Neill from New York, featuring Creisha Turner. Incredible song, incredible vibe, beautiful visuals. Like, we really loved the experience.
Yeah, she was amazing to work
awesome,
with, and super talented. Like, we had no problems with her at all. She was super nice. Obviously, we're in Miami. I think this was about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
What was cool is we were there for a 4-day stay, and back home, Eastern, Canada, there was like a 2-day snowstorm that poured down like 60 centimeters. So all the flights were canceled, and the artist had to kind of cover an extra 2-day stay at the hotel because
wow,
it's
well,
not
they're nice
on us,
enough
right?
to do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
We couldn't fly back, and it was we took advantage. So
Yeah, you got to. Hey,
It's nice that they did that.
I'm not judging,
It was during spring break, so
Oh yeah.
it was pretty good. We saw some really some nice things.
It's Miami.
It's Miami.
Absolutely.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
So my two stories, I'd say. Well, we worked with like a was it gold or platinum artist from Toronto. I won't name any names. Female artist. It was just, from the get-go, we thought it was going to be a great opportunity. And it, great exposure, radio play, good song with a known artist from Miami as well. Another platinum singer. And it was just, I think it was cursed from the beginning. We showed up on set. I think it was one of the first days. We ended up waiting like 3 hours outside her condo.
Jeez.
She was getting ready. We had reservations at this racetrack with like Lamborghinis and Ferraris and like a stunt driver. And we were late for that, and they ended up just leaving.
Wow.
So we drove all the way to like almost Niagara. It was like a racing racetrack. So so we missed that, and then we had to kind of improvise on the fly on how to film it. And sometimes it's like certain artists that have like confidence issues kind of make our jobs a little harder, because when they see the final product in the end and they're just not happy with the way they look, they kind of
We've dealt with that,
blame us. But we
yeah.
can't really control the way they look on camera.
Yeah.
We can do our best to give the best angles.
Yeah.
But we can't physically change the way you look.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that was also an issue, and it was just like a snowballing effect. It just kept on getting worse and worse and worse, and it was affecting other work. And we ended up having just to give her the footage, because we couldn't really deal with her crazy demands.
Gave it, yeah.
And we said, you know what, look, you're gonna have to regardless. We shot this. This was our idea. We took the time. We invested money in this. You're gonna have to put our name on the video, regardless who ends up editing it.
Exactly.
This is ours. And she didn't.
Wow.
So
spiteful.
So, we had to kind of take it down until it was fixed.
Wow.
Because I feel like if you let people walk all over you in this industry, they'll continue to do it. So I think you need to put your your best foot forward and say, hey, like this is where I draw the line. So,
Exactly.
So it was a bad experience all in all.
Yeah.
But it comes with the game,
Yeah, of course. So now we're gonna just hear about your good story, Shutterr, and then
there's so many. There's so many.
Good.
Let's pick one.
I think my favorite good story was we went to LA to shoot a couple music videos, and we really did it guerrilla style. Just run and gun. We didn't have any concept whatsoever. We just really used the city vibe. And both projects came out amazing. It's just a magical place. I just love being there. I love going there. So easy to create over there. You can just shoot at practically any random street corner and it'll look like $1 million. So
nice.
That's wild.
but There's so many, but I think that's one that really stands out. It was one of the first times I actually went to LA for work, like to create something. I've been there on vacation before, but never actually had the opportunity to film something. And you feel something when you're out there because everything happens there. Anything that means anything or holds any weight happens in Hollywood. So. Yeah, man, it gave us a lot of inspiration for what we want in our future plans.
Nice, man. Nice.
Totally, yeah. That was my first time in LA, the Shutter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
It's we were always looking for like LA is definitely magical. We always find these like very vintage retro locations, kind of remind us of the '60s, which is a beautiful era, especially if you like Mad Men and things like that. So it's like we're able to capture like some really good magic.
Awesome.
And we ate a lot of Wingstop.
Nice.
We did.
Wingstop.
Our first time eating Wingstop, so we're like, I think we went for lunch and supper one night.
Wingstop.
Twice in one day. Yeah.
Yeah, lemon pepper wings.
So we haven't traveled outside of Canada yet for work. We're in talks right now, which is kind of funny with COVID and everything right now, with some clients to actually go to the States and shoot some stuff over there.
Sick.
But what was that like? So did you guys have already meet this client? What was that relationship like? How did you get that job?
I don't know if you guys know this artist named it's a long shot, but Sola. You ever hear of Darren Falana?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, okay, so they're just he's just a really, really good artist. I don't know if he makes music anymore, but like at the time he was some really, really good music. And also this girl named Jelly Two Fly. She was featured on both the tracks, and like one of the main reasons why we decided to take the gig was because of the music. It was just fire.
Super hot.
Yeah.
Right.
Amazing production, amazing lyrics, and just the whole flow, the vibe. It just fit LA, and that's why we pitched it with the LA vibe, So and they said, yeah, let's do it. We'll fly you out, pay for your stay, and the next time we went to LA, it's like we kind of had a feel to what we wanted to do already, So it just set up the next project.
Okay.
But great city.
Awesome city for sure. Yeah, I can't wait to be able to shoot out there as well. I feel like it would be very inspirational, just being in a new place, seeing new things that are new to you, at least. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And being able to explore.
Like I don't know how to explain it. Just it's like this feeling you get when you're creating in LA, and knowing that like eventually, if you really want to take it to the next level, you might have to sacrifice everything just to go there and give it your all. And it's inspiring, it's scary, it's intimidating, it's a really big city, very smoggy, everyone's blazing up, everyone's eating chicken and waffles. It's like, so it's you can find blood at any corner of the street practically. Like I said, everyone's blazing, everyone's super nonchalant, very kind, until you get to Venice, then you start seeing the crazies.
Venice.
Definitely.
But that's my dream. I think both of our dream is to be based out of LA. Make the move.
Oh yeah, you want to go there full time, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full time. We just want to make sure we have some weight to our name. And then once we do, and we have some some type of vibe or wave, we're definitely gonna pull the trigger and go.
So in that case, your focus, you've been trying to shoot as much in LA as possible, then kind of build that foundation.
Actually, we've been trying to really own in our vibe in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
We want to have a name in the city that we're working out of first. I don't think we'll be able to make our name out there until we do something really important out here. So because it's hard. It's hard to just transition to LA without having any weight to your name, So because there's so many talented artists in LA as well.
Yeah, there's gonna be more competition there, 100%. Yeah. It's even like it's cutthroat here. Oh God, there's even worse. Like, like
especially the film industry. The film industry.
Yeah, that's where it lives and breathes, pretty much. Like,
other than here,
like
we're the second
in
stop.
North America. It's like LA here and a little bit New York.
That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're like
Very
the
true.
second stop other than LA. So just going off of shooting with other artists and stuff like that, how have you guys gone about getting clients? Is that are a lot of people reaching out to you? Are you guys reaching out to people, labels hitting you up? How does that work usually for you guys?
That's actually a very good question. Usually like we definitely try to reach out to like artist labels who we really feel that are extremely talented, who might appreciate maybe like a different vibe that we can maybe provide or so. And like usually if you release like one like very exciting and original or just like a fun, good looking project, it kind of attracts like other clients and so on. It's almost like a chain reaction. So that's how we were able to maybe go from one gig to another. Word of mouth, I guess, social media.
Yeah, makes
blogs,
sense.
like
You guys
like
push
that.
social media like a lot more than other directors for sure. Like I noticed some directors are not even on social media. You guys use social media to your advantage. I've seen like
Appreciate it,
very
man.
much like
Definitely.
Instagram. I bet you get a lot of like leads on Instagram. I'm assuming because that's like kind of where
it's definitely a good chunk of it.
yeah.
The other, I'd say like 20-30%
Yeah.
is us, networking and
Okay.
reaching
Sick.
out and harassing agencies and harassing labels, harassing people. I wouldn't say harassing, but we'd like to send
what you mean.
our most latest work, our new demo reel.
Yep.
And you know what? Like we've had people say no like 10 times.
Yep.
And then on the 11th time they said yeah, because we were just persistent. And we ended up getting a few like $15,000-$20,000 gigs out of it. So
Wow.
it's a combination of so many things. It's like what I said before, it's really being on the grind. It's like you cannot let up. And you know what, Fatty, I have to tip my hat off to him. He never gives up. This guy is always like on his social media posting. Every look we get, he's always trying to promote it. I do have some work. Yeah, well, I have some work to do. I have some work to do on that end. I know sometimes I'm not always as active as I should be.
Yeah.
But at least one of us is.
Yeah.
So, but Fatty really, because of his constant online presence, has gotten us a lot of gigs. So it's just word of mouth too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Just
I
grinding.
feel
That's how
like
it
I'm
is.
not
That's the
doing
reality.
enough, but thank you.
Yeah, no.
It's never enough.
That's obviously how we found you guys on Instagram. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had another question just regarding your videos that you guys actually do make. And actually, we could talk about some other stuff too after that I just thought about. But you guys, I like the consistent aesthetic that you guys have. Like I can usually tell if I watch a video that it's yours.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
appreciate it. Thank you.
And not
we
many
actually
people know how to do that. You know?
We struggled throughout the years trying to figure out our identity in a way. The industry kind of likes that really clean aesthetic, very sharp HD style, not too complicated, not too much narrative. So we tried to do it that way, and then Fatty's like, this is just not me, man.
Yeah.
He's very heavily inspired by 50s, 60s, 70s film era. Yeah, take it away. Tell him why.
I just kind of like, I'm a huge fan, like obviously like I grew up in the 90s, so like I'm a huge fan of that era. Like I love some Spike Jonze, Darren Aronofsky, Quentin Tarantino's early work, Nicholas Winding Refn. I try to bring that to the music world. Like obviously not everyone would like it. I understand. Like the clean pop look, but film. That's
man.
I don't know. That's just what I grew up on. That's what Shutterr loves too. I'm sure you guys could probably like. Like you guys are probably in love with that as well. I mean, I don't know. It's just that's the aesthetic that we're trying to bring. Yeah,
there's a crazy. It's like a visual texture that you can separate from a lot of directors out in Toronto these days. It's like we're very traditional in a sense in the way film. Like we like to use tripods. We like to use traditional angle shots. We're not too much into the handheld like
gimbals.
swaying from back.
Yeah, that's
and
what
forth,
that's what everyone's
giving-
doing now, right? They just
Yeah.
they shoot the whole thing on a gimbal. Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that. Sometimes it works well, but it's just I notice everyone's doing that now. And what
Yeah.
happened?
It
to
loses its charm.
What happened to classic
does.
way of shooting films on sticks and
Yeah.
dollies and stuff like that? Like that's good.
We
That's good.
we like sorry, go ahead, Fatty.
Oh yeah, and no, just to add to that, and we really like traditional, like very ultra wide lenses. Like a good example is maybe like Roger Deakins. Like when you watch Blade Runner, everything's like wide.
Yeah.
All the close-ups are wide, and I guess like some folks don't like it because it distorts your face. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
But there's definitely like a certain artistic side to it, especially when you watch, like, I don't know, like one of our favorite films, Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Like, when you see the close-up, you see their face and the camera.
Yeah.
It's just
I know,
incredible.
yeah.
I don't know. We love that.
Yeah. What's your favorite focal length to shoot on? Do you have a specific range or one? Or you like?
Shutterr, go ahead.
I don't know. I like 35, 30.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
like 30 millimeters.
Classic one, yeah.
It really depends. I mean, like at a certain point, we were doing a lot of fisheye stuff because we just
So that's, like,
love
really
that
wide, yeah.
super wide,
Yeah.
capture everything on the side.
That's like 90s skate video like vibes, like kind of.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have a wide variety of lenses.
Yeah, for
sure, for sure.
a lot more than we're two, right? So I have my gear and then he has his gear. So it's like when we put them together on set,
Yeah.
it's a lot. So
Nice.
I've seen some people on set shooting some music videos and like they show up with like one camera setup, one lens, and that's what's being used the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta give people different like aspects and different vibe, but that's what separates, I'd say, people that are very passionate and don't do it for the money, and then people that do it for the money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're honestly, we're not in this for the money. I'm just like letting you guys know we do a lot of projects that are for free just because
Yeah. Believe that.
it's something that we're passionate about, and it's also maybe opportunity. It's some people do it for the money, so it kind of compromises the artistic way and the time and effort that's put into it.
I feel like if you're in it for the money, you're not gonna make it that far because starting out, you're not gonna get huge bags. You're gonna get small budgets. You're gonna get stuff that's probably barely gonna pay the bills.
And if you're already thinking about like squeezing out as much as you can from those small budgets, like it's just not going to work because you're not going to build like long-lasting
Yeah, for
relationships.
sure.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like starting out, if we were to get $500 to $1,000, for example, something small, we would probably just take that money and put it back into the video
Exactly.
to like
Absolutely.
pay
sure.
to
And then
get
some,
that production.
and then put in your own money too.
Yeah.
We've
Which
done
we-
that in
which
the
we've
past.
done. We put our own money into
We've
stuff
done
too.
that if we only do that if we really like the artist and
Yeah.
we see them going somewhere, or they already are going somewhere. But yeah, no, totally. Like if you're in it for the money, you're probably not gonna make it that far because it's a couple years grind before you really start seeing proper money.
We've seen some directors that had like 100 music videos in a year with like some big names. Now they're doing like weddings.
Exactly.
So it's like
Jesus.
it's like and I don't blame them. Like, don't get me wrong. People gotta pay bills.
Yep.
People gotta put food on the table. This is something that they see an opportunity to make money with something that they love to do.
Yeah.
But like I said, sometimes that just compromises the work, and it doesn't take you as far as it should. But don't get me wrong, guys. If any director see this, I'm not hating on you. I respect the hustle. Keep on doing you. It's just the reality that we live with, especially with COVID right now. A lot of people, losing their jobs.
Yep.
People got to find a way to make money. So I don't knock on that hustle whatsoever.
Yeah, I can't hate on that at all. I agree. I feel like as tough as it is right now, even for me and us in our company, where it's just like we're not getting as many clients as we used to, but we're slowly getting back into things, and we're just trying to make content. And even though we don't have a bunch of money in our pockets, or even in the company, we don't have all this money sitting waiting for us. I will say, like, I really just love making shit. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about at the end of the day for me. And I don't
Really
mind.
is.
I don't mind just making shit until however long I need to. until life does get serious, and then maybe I have to look at a wedding, but
But
hopefully not.
Yeah,
not everyone wakes up successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of people are fortunate to wake up, and your parents are rich, but a lot of these people that are rich had to start somewhere, had to grind it out, had to sacrifice, and you know what? That's what we need to use as motivation and uplift each other, because it's like I find that it's always a competition, especially in Toronto. Everyone's trying to be better. It's not about who's better. It's about who's putting in the work and how we can rise up as a community to empower other people like us to follow their dreams. And you know what? Maybe one day me and Fatty are gonna sit here with you guys in 10 years from now, and you guys got your own YouTube show with like 1 million subscribers. You know, it's just what separates people is the amount of work that's put in. You know.
Yep, exactly.
And the idea is very important. So.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's good. You know, hope people are listening to the wise words from you as well. So that's great. Let's talk about gear.
Let's do it.
What are you guys shooting on? What are you using right now? You guys, I know you guys have your own gear separately, individually, but what are you guys doing? What are you guys using?
We're into that voodoo stuff.
Oh shit!
Black magic.
Oh, okay, nice.
Okay.
The black magic.
Yeah, we really love the Ursa Mini Pro. That's like a gorgeous little camera. We also like the Black Magic Pocket cinema cameras, especially the original one, the very first one, the 1080p one. I still use it. It's an incredible tool. Reminds me of like the 16 mil look so much. It's just incredible. Shutterr?
Yeah, we both have a Black Magic Pocket cinema camera 4K.
Oh, we have the 4K one too.
Yeah, that's which is like probably best bang for your buck.
100%.
Probably the best cinematic camera that you can get. Easy to use. Like anybody can just pick up that camera and figure it out within a day. Touchscreen, crazy presets. It's just you can shoot in ProRes HQ. Get like it's like the files are a lot smaller. It's easily comparable to Alexa. Ari Alexa cameras, well, for the price, obviously.
Yeah.
You're paying like a fraction of the price, but I was actually gonna get a different camera, and he convinced me otherwise. It's like, dude, get this one, man. You're not gonna regret it. And ever since, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna go back to like another company. Like, just so easy to use.
Awesome.
For sure. Yeah, I just love like anything that gets you as close as possible to film, or at least gives you like the flexibility in post to get like some really nice colors, like some 12-bit, 16-bit color is very important for me at least, and dynamic range, and that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah, those are really good. Yeah, they're killing it. Black Magic. They got
absolutely.
They are.
For the price.
They're from Australia, right? If I'm not mistaken, Fatty.
They are, eh?
Yeah, I had to wait on a waiting list, and like it had to be shipped, and I waited like a year to get it. I had to pay full price. So I was out of like a couple.
They're in high demand, I guess. Yeah. They've created cameras at that price point. Like, what is it, like $3,000 for one of them, or it's something like that?
Well, you could get one for like 2,000.
Even if it's like
used,
partially
obviously,
used.
There's like several things you need to buy. You need to buy like a speed booster to be able to use like Canon lenses. Also give you a like just better low light conditions. But hey, man, if you don't invest in yourself, no one will.
Yep.
Might as well. Yeah.
Exactly. Any suggestions for any new shooters that are trying to get into the game? Like, should they pick up a Black Magic first if they have the money, obviously, or would you suggest something else?
Honestly, definitely, I would recommend the few first original Black Magic cinema cameras. The 2.5K, my personal favorite, and the original Pocket 1080p. You could get it probably for $500 used. This will kind of like teach you the fundamentals. There's no slow motion. It's real time. This is where you get to experiment, like how they used to do it on set. And there was a lot of lighting. And it's kind of like light hungry, so you're gonna have to light your sets and have some fun with it.
And if you want something a little bit more all around, that gives you the option to do 60 frames per second and 120. The 4K best bang for your buck. Brand new, you can get it. I would suggest to get a Metabone speed booster with that. Couple wide angle lenses, some Rokinins, some Tokinas, and you should be good to go. Also, yeah, I'd suggest maybe get some filters to soften the image, give it a little bit more cinematic. So any type of Pro Mist filter will do.
So we're in
diffusion,
the process of updating or getting a new camera for our YouTube and for our music video projects. We're kind of in a decision between the Blackmagic or the Pocket 4K or maybe even the 6K or a Canon C200, and we're kind of like, what do we get? Because we've been talking to our DP and he wants the C200, and we're like, I don't know. Like,
we're biased, so
I can tell.
We're asking the wrong people.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, for documentary, the C200.
I've heard,
it's amazing. Like, just the form factor. You know, you want to bring it everywhere. You know, you're in some tough situations. I don't know. Like, let's say you go to Colombia, and you know you have to be kind of like sneaky. You can't have a rig or so on. I mean, hey, the C200 will be perfect for it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But if you want like some better image quality, I would probably go with a Pocket 4K, Pocket 6K.
Yeah,
definitely.
I would agree. Well, if they're using it for documentary stuff like what you're doing right now, I think it would be great to. I know, Fatty, you don't like this lens, but the Lumix Panasonic is one of the lenses I have. Is actually works great. You don't need any speed booster. It just connects directly into the the Blackmagic camera. I could, after the podcast, I can send you the details about it. It's it's a good lens. It's very wide. You know, it's 12 to 35. So
sick. Okay, thank you for the suggestions,
no
boys. Appreciate that.
This game's so intense right now. Sorry.
It's okay. What's the score?
It's actually overtime, and it's
we're
Oh
up.
snap!
Overtime, and we're up. We're up right now.
We're up.
Okay, 106, 104, 19
Thank
seconds
God.
left.
Yeah, 90 seconds left.
I've just been eyeing it as we're talking.
Oh my god.
Good. Hopefully, we win.
Well, they need this game, man.
Yeah, really.
I think whoever wins this game is gonna win the series.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I just need the Raptors to win, so hopefully we can pull through.
Yeah. At least you guys have one winning team in Toronto.
Exactly. Exactly. And I feel like it's great that it's a basketball team because I'm personally I'm over hockey. I'm over waiting for that to happen.
Yeah. I'm a big hockey fan. I know I don't look like it, but hockey is like I grew up with it. I played it.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously a Habs fan. So I mean, knock on me all you want, but
makes sense.
I'm also a Kings
Montreal.
fan. I love the Kings.
Oh yeah, Kings fan as well.
Yeah, I'm a big Kings fan too.
Nice.
I can tell. Yeah, with the hat.
So is there a difference between the Montreal music scene and what's going on here?
Yeah, night and day.
Oh yeah, totally.
What's it like out there in Montreal?
It's very political. It's like very divided. So we have you have like the English speaking artists, and then you have the French speaking artists. They're both great. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that all the funding goes into the French artists. So like the English artists they get nothing.
There's almost zero platform for English artists to strive in Montreal.
Wow.
Because all the grants are Quebec owned, French owned. A lot of the production companies also are French owned. So
now, are we talking bilingual artists that prefer to do the music in English, or is it like?
Well,
English,
you know
English?
what? There's some artists that actually speak French.
Yeah.
But rap in English.
Right.
And you can kind of tell in the way they rap and stuff, or sing, whatever. But I just feel it's a lack of opportunity for any type of English-speaking artist, whether it's musical or in film or acting. It's a lot of the English ones come here to Toronto. So we used to have a big boom in filming in Montreal, but now it's transferred over to Toronto. Really? We still have stuff like 300 was shot in Montreal. John Wick had a couple scenes in Montreal.
The score.
The score.
Edward Norton. Yeah.
There's a lot of big movies that come here. I think Days of Future Past was filmed here, right? One of the X-Men, actually three of the X-Men.
I think, yeah, I was about to say a few of them. I think were.
Yeah, three of them. Actually, you know what? I think even more than that. A lot of X-Men movies were filmed here in Montreal, but we kind of outgrew the scene in Montreal. No disrespect to the Montreal scene. We love the city. It's just we got a lot more opportunity here, and when we demand our price out here, usually we don't get any rebuttals. In Montreal, it's like, hey, we know you, Fatty, from rapping. Can you hook us up? Like, all that was like $200. We're like, nah, man.
$200.
That doesn't even cover the gas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember the $200 days.
The $200 days.
Yeah.
Those are
we
rough.
still get them.
Yeah,
that's like, come on. You see our work. We're a little more than that,
Yeah.
we give our quote, and they're like, oh,
that's
I have a lot of money for promo.
8 times my price.
Promo. Gotta love some promo.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the struggle is real, but you know what? We do what we have to do, and
we make do.
Man.
Definitely.
I feel you guys. I feel you. Well, I just want to say thank you again for coming on the podcast, man. We really do appreciate it, guys.
Our pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for having us here.
No worries.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Do any final words for you guys? Anything you want to shout out? Anybody you shout out in the ends? Anything? Go for it.
Well, I just want to say, check out our website. Go onto our Instagram. Click the link in our bio. Go check out Drummer Boy.
Yep.
It's going to be out in all the international films around the world this year. So if you want to show some local boys some love. Also, a special shout out to Aiden for killing it in the film, and also want to say a special shout out to you guys for grinding and making some content and having us in. And I want to give a shout out to Fatty for being the genius he is.
Hey. All right.
I'm no genius, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
But seriously, guys, thank you very much for having us. We're extremely grateful. And yeah, like we just released our short Drummer Boy. If you have a little bit of time, check it out. It's on YouTube right now.
Yep.
Should be on Vimeo tomorrow. And
cool.
Yeah, a couple of other platforms. It's on Film Shortage, Beyond the Short. Am I missing anything, Shutterr?
Liftoff. No,
Liftoff Festival. That's right. That's right.
Nice.
And we're hoping to get into the Toronto International Film Festival.
Yeah, we'd love to. Well, we'd love to kind of like conquer TIFF.
That'd be a big one.
That's a huge goal.
That's the goal
of ours,
for the filmmakers. Out here for sure. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, again, appreciate you guys. Congrats.
Thank you
on the film of the release. We're definitely going to be checking it out, and of course, we'll share that on our platform as well to make sure any eyes can get on that for you guys as well.
Awesome. We'll send you the links just in case.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Please
and,
do.
Yo, if you guys need anything, you reach out, man. Like.
Likewise.
We're creatives here. We're trying to help each other out, uplift everybody.
Sure.
So
I'll send you that info for that Panasonic lens.
Please,
yes,
thank you.
But yeah, we'll stay in touch.
Amazing.
And you guys have a good night. So thank you very much.
Have a great night.
Take care. Thank you once again, guys.
It's been the Lost Talks Podcast, episode 50.